One evening, Mickey fell asleep while reading a book of fairy tales. When he woke up, he was no longer in his home, but in a strange and gloomy village. Gosh, it sure seems creepy around here. An evil phantom has stolen the magic crystals that protected everyone. In the village, with the crystal gone, the good magic in this valley has disappeared. In its place, bad magic has changed everything. Now, rather than being a place of happiness, the valley is full of gloom. Can you help us? Did you say phantom? Yes, an evil phantom who lives in a castle in the clouds. A good princess in the North Mountains can tell you the best way to get there. Swell! I'll do my best. Alright, welcome to my playthrough of my favorite Sega Master System and Game Gear game, Land of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. This game is so much fun. I have so many childhood memories of this game. And as you can see, we are on the map screen. These are all the levels in the game, as well as some that you do not see yet. And throughout each level, we'll be collecting what are called Power Stars in order to 100% the game, which you definitely can do if you want. It's totally optional, but it's all just for score anyway. But we start off at this house, and if we go back to the house, we can talk to Daisy Duck again. A good princess in the North Mountains can tell you how to get to the Phantom's castle in the clouds. So she just gives us some more information. So yeah, let's start up the first level, Forest Stage. As you can see, we're already plagued by snakes. Lots of snakes. Snakes! Why'd it have to be snakes? And spiders. Snakes and spiders. And look at that, there was a cake in a treasure chest. Go figure. Gotta do these jumps and avoid this. This one, however, we have to take so that we can get across the spike pit. We'll actually be skipping half of this level because we can't get the power star yet. So, time for a secret. Secret shortcut. And look at that big-ass snake there. Gotta feed him food. And there we go. First level completed. Now on to the lake stage. The lake stage actually has 2 exits, funny enough. I've never been able to actually destroy those green floating balls. Every time you try to butt bounce on the green floating balls, you end up taking damage. Also, we have to be aware of the air, otherwise we'll drown. This is actually where the first, where the power star of this level is. But we can't get it yet, we have to come back here later. Go up! Okay, good. We have to avoid the currents. Otherwise we'll be swept away to the beginning of the area. And we definitely don't want that to happen. Gotta grab the vines to prevent ourselves from being pulled all the way back. Gotta avoid the fish too. Kill that green ball holding the key, because the key always exits the level. We have to find every single exit key in order to unlock the exit before the time runs out too. If the time runs out, we're screwed. We don't want the time to run out. So, next up, Blacksmith's Castle. And immediately we're being chased by fire. That's not good. Look at that relentless fire. Gotta be fast. Need to outrun the fire because it leaves a trail of little fire behind. So if you get caught behind the fire, you're screwed. Also, we're keeping this treasure chest so that we can hit this other treasure chest for an extra life. Nice. You wouldn't be able to get that treasure chest without that. Because of the way it's suspended from the ceiling. There we go. Now this next area, suspended over lava, with little dinosaurs, dragons. These dragons look a lot like Pete's dragon, which is quite funny. And there's also hidden treasure chests around this area too. And these guys are matchstick men. As you can see, when you hit them, their top blows off. Which is quite funny. This is the first power star we can actually get now. This one actually is more of a gimme. You can see right there, there's a power star. There's one in every single level. And we will get every single one of them. Also, as you can see, we now have an extra hit point, which is very useful, especially in the later stages. We can get a maximum of 5 hit points. We have to dodge the fire too, as it's trying to light up this area. This next part is really cool, because it's super easy. Look at this. This boss is laughably easy. Isn't that cool? And look who it is. Horace Horsecollar. The bad magic had me trapped in my own castle. Thanks for setting me free. Your path lies through a tiny cavern up ahead, but in order to enter it, you have to shrink in size. There's a shrinking potion in the castle ruins. Now that the fire in my castle has weakened, the water in the lake has risen. You should be able to find a passage to the ruins from the lake. Please accept this magic flute. Use it, and it will take you back to any stage, or any place you have traveled before. So yeah, that flute, if you're in the middle of any level, you just play the flute and it'll just exit that level, but you have to have played through the level first. Kind of useless, but it has its uses if you want to go back for the stars and not complete the level. You can use the flute immediately after you get a power star. But anyway, let's go back to the lake. And as you can see, the water has risen really high now. Also, pink fish. I hate those things. They are the most annoying enemy in the entire game. They will just chase you relentlessly unless you can, like, get them off screen. Also, now that the water has risen, we can also get the power star in this stage, which is very good. So we have to go down here. And we don't have to worry about the currents anymore. Just swim through and climb up all the way here. And there it is. The second power star. Nice. So now all we have to do is just exit this area, swim all the way up to the top, and there's the second exit. Now we can go to the castle ruins. This level's pretty intense. It has jack-o'-lanterns, it has ghosties, it has everything. Everything's spooky. Very, very spoopy. Also, those ghosts, they always remind me of the really old Ghost Legos. The Lego figurines from the 90s. That you always get with, like, the castle Lego sets. That glow in the dark. And there's the power star for this stage, but we can't get it yet. We need to come back much, much later when we have more items. There's an item we will get later on in the game that will allow us to get that power star. But for now, we have to avoid it, sadly. So we gotta bounce on these jack-o'-lanterns in order to avoid the spiky pits of death. And this is interesting because we have to actually make a walkway across to the other side using these blocks. But one bad thing is we cannot, absolutely cannot, throw any of these yellow blocks off screen. If you throw these blocks off screen, they will disappear and despawn away. So you have to make sure you keep the blocks on screen. Yeah, like that. I think it despawned. Oh well. I think we'll manage though. All we gotta do is bounce and GG. Now we use these blocks to get up there for the treasure chest. Those basically add to our score and give us extra lives, which are very handy. Now this is a really neat area. This is probably one of the only areas I've seen in the game, in any game actually, that actually does something like this. The screen auto-scrolls to a specific direction, but if you push onto this switch, it starts scrolling to the opposite direction, which I thought was really cool. Especially for a Master System game, and a Game Gear game, because this came out on both Master System and Game Gear. But yeah, it's very cool. Very unique mechanic, not seen in many games, if any, to be sure. The whole mechanic behind this scrolling screen is now we have to take the key all the way back, using these switches on the ground, or buttons. Of course, that jack-o'-lantern would be right in my way. There we go. Also, you don't want to get caught on any type of, area. So we have to use this key to get these blocks away. Because if we were to stand there while those blocks were there, we would get pinched by the scrolling screen and we would end up dying. Which is bad. Don't want to die. Yeah, use this key. Grab that, and there we go. Excellent. Time for the boss. Oh no, it's a ghosty! Too spoopy for me. And I missed. Try again. There we go. Spoopy ghost is spoopy. And as you can see, he drops little flames that follow him around. So when you try to hit him on the head, you have a chance of getting hit by the flames like I did earlier. But that's the end of that boss. Pretty easy. And now, we have the shrinking potion. You found the magic potion. While crouching, press button 1 to shrink in size. You return to normal size the same way. Yeah, as you can see, Tiny Mickey, Big Mickey, Tiny Mickey, Big Mickey. Pretty cool. Oh, and also, just to let you know, if you go to any stage that has a character that you need to rescue, like for example, Blacksmith's Castle here, you must make absolutely sure that if you're going to 100% the game by collecting all power stars, you absolutely have to get the power star on the very first run through the level. Because if you try to go back to the level after you've beaten it, you get cock-blocked. Your path lies through the tiny caverns up ahead, but in order to enter it, you have to shrink in size. There's a shrinking potion in the castle ruins. See? And then he just spouts the same stuff. So yeah, you'll never be able to go back to any of those levels. There's about, I believe there's 3 or 4 levels in this entire game that you cannot go back to. I will point them out as we progress through this game. But yeah, the Blacksmith's Castle is the first of the 4 areas where you have to get the star on the very first try. Anyway, let us continue on to Tiny Cavern. This level, the power star is extremely notorious because it's almost impossible to find. Also, look at those nasty caterpillars. And look at this, too. And those things, those nasty-ass pincher things that come from the ground. These levels are full of precarious baddies and traps and tons of dangerous things. And we're coming up to the power star soon, but it's, like I say, it's a really tricky one. You can screw it up twice. Firstly, you'll never ever guess where the power star even is, because it's actually secret right here. Right there. This invisible wall, how evil. And then, in addition, you have to shrink for another secret. And in addition, if you're going to do this, make sure you press right immediately as soon as you press up. And now press right. There. You see? There are so many ways you can screw that up. So if you want that power star, it's an evil one to get. Really nefarious. But that's the end of that level. Very quick level. Now, let's go on to the flower field stage. The power star in this stage is actually pretty easy to get. You just have to maintain your balance, which can be a little bit, can make you nervous. Oh. And that's what happens if you goof up. You have to try and jump onto one of those pedals that are floating. There we go. So, the Power Star is actually way up on the top of this flower, but as you can see, it's super high up there. You're probably thinking, how are we going to get that Power Star? Well, we will find out in a little bit. There's our ticket to the Power Star. Let's hitch a ride. Trying to maintain balance on this butterfly can be extremely nerve-wracking. So you have to keep calm. And don't panic. There we go. Got it. But you also have to make sure you're small. If you're big, you'll just kill the enemy. If you're small, you'll bounce on top of the enemy and do no damage. And now, if we use the butterfly and hop to the other side, we get a treasure chest. And the treasure chest has an extra life. Also, you don't want to land on those thorns either, because that'll hurt. And there we go. Another level finished. Now we move on to my most favorite music in the entire game. This stage has the best music in the whole game. I love this song. The Toy Workshop. Let us go. And also, the Toy Workshop is another one of those stages where you have to get the star on the very first try or you will get blocked out of the level permanently. So make sure you get the star on the very first try. But yeah, listen to this music. Isn't it awesome? Oh, I love this music. This level's really cool, too. It has little toy cannons and stuff everywhere. And water pistols. It's so cool. Let's go in here. There's a secret here. You may think, what's up with this room? It's empty. Nope. Franken size and secret. Extra life. And as you can see, the Power Star is right there. But you're questioning to yourself, how are we going to get that Power Star? Well, we'll be getting it by going through here. And then we follow this path. Avoid these notes because they'll just break in half and be annoying. Now we go through this door. And this door allows us to go back over very precarious yo-yos. And there we go. Power Star obtained. And yeah, as you can see, you break the note, you have to break it again. Break the note, you gotta break it again. And those cards can only be killed with these. Ow. Not worth it though. Also, don't use this treasure chest on that card. I did it a bunch of times and I regretted it because I couldn't get the pie piece. Or cake piece. Mickey wants his cake. Cake is yum yum. And now, let us climb up this yo-yo, but be careful for the cannon. And be careful for the spike roof, too. Let us go in here first for the treasure. Nice. And then, you're probably thinking to yourself, what do we do now? Well, we just break that. Yay! Also, this is important. Make sure you stay in the middle. Otherwise, you'll fall all the way back down. Gotta be very careful with this part, or else we'll get fisted. Mickey doesn't like being fisted. There we go. That was a big cake. And now we play a little bit of the crane game. As the crane grabs the key and brings it up to us. Time for the boss. This is my most hated boss in the game. He is so annoying. He starts off easy, just doing that. But eventually he'll start spinning around and it's just, oh, you don't know where he's gonna stop. And you have like half a second. There we go, that was a good one. Good RNG so far. But yeah, you don't know where he's gonna stop and he'll just randomly stop wherever. You have like 1 second to actually get to him. Yeah, see what I mean? There we go. That was a good one. This is a very dickish boss. Oh. Oh, no way! See what I mean? Worst boss in the game. I hate this boss so much. Got him once. Need to hit him 2 more times. He's just so annoying. You always think he's gonna come a little bit further. There we go, got him. And look who it is. It's Goofy. Gosh. And we got an extra life back. Gosh. I couldn't get away from my own toys. Thank you for releasing me, Mickey. You'll see a cliff up ahead. If you want to climb it, you'll need the rope in the palace ruins. Just to say thanks, I'll shoot off this here toy cannon to destroy the boulders blocking your path. And boom. So yeah, if you try to go back to the toy workshop, look what happens. Goofy blocks you. It's like, damn it, Goofy. So yeah, make sure you get that star before you leave the toy castle stage. Next up, though, Palace Ruins. We actually have to beat this level first before we can get the Power Star for this level. So we're gonna have to play this level twice. As you can see, those things explode, allowing us to continue on. They are weird. I don't even know what the hell those are. Just like really weird bouncy balls that explode. But they clear the path for us. Also, going up that ladder leads to the Power Star, which we can't get to yet. We'll do that on the second run. And we also need this to proceed forward and upward. Those bats are annoying as hell. Ooh, that was lucky. Now this part really reminds me of Mega Man, as you can see, with the spikes moving around. And we have to get treasure chests along the way, which is very, very difficult. Ah, see what I mean? Ah, I missed it. Now we have 1 health point to deal with the boss. Well, 3. 3 is good. But yeah, there's the boss right there, a rolling boulder. But we have to run very fast. Whew, made it. Alright, time for the boss. He's gonna basically do 2 separate patterns and drop a spike of a rock that will bounce around. And we have to basically hit him with these rocks that drop from the ceiling. But there's no way you can actually hit him during his, if the rock should fall from the ceiling, but is bouncing around and you have to, like, pounce on the rock in order to prevent it from moving around so you can pick it up. You have no time to actually hit him in between. So you have to wait for his second attack before you can hit him. And there you go. That's the end of Mr. Rock Boss. And look at that. You found the rope. You can climb walls by simply running up them and pressing the D button. So now we can get every power star in the game, because that's the one item we were missing the whole time. So let us go back to the palace ruins and collect the power star here. Good thing is, getting the power star will also lead us to a shortcut which will exit the level much quicker. So yeah, let's go up this ladder. As you can see, there is this here, this wall, which we need rope to climb up, and there's the power star. So yeah, there it is. But don't leave yet. Time for some secrets. And this leads us directly to this area with the spikes. So we get to skip a huge chunk of the level. But we still have to navigate through these spiky bits, which is annoying. But it's not as bad when we don't have to worry about those damn treasure chests. And we also don't have to fight the boss again, so that's a good thing. There we go. Power star obtained. Now let us go back to the very, very, very beginning, the forest stage, and let us do the actual stage proper. We skipped this stage the first time. Well, used a shortcut. But now that we have the rope, we don't actually need to use the shortcut. We actually have to go the regular way, which is a whole bunch more level. Also secret. Whee! So yeah, instead of using the secret, which was up there, we go through this door, which leads us to the rest of the level. Also use this snake to bounce up here so you can get the treasure. I think we're close to an extra life. More treasure up there. There we go. Extra life.